Before I begin, I just want you guys to know that this is my second time doing this and that I'm reading books aloud for my students. They can listen to it over the weekend. This book, Thunder Rolling in the Mountains, was suggested to me by one of my sixth graders. She said that she read this in one other book. So I decided to read it over the weekend and share it with my wonderful, lovely students and sister. So my reading's not going to be perfect, but I hope that you enjoy all the same. Please keep comments respectful. Let me know what I can do to make the reading better. Work with me as sometimes my fluency may not be accurate since this is not something I've read prior. The voices that I use may not be appropriate and I may have to go back and switch them as I read. Anyway, enjoy. Oh, you might hear my dog barking at passerby. And you might hear her whine. But Thunder Rolling in the Mountains by Scott Odell and Elizabeth Hall. To Susan. At the time of his death, Scott Odell was immersed in the story of Chief Joseph and his people. Their courage and determination in the face of cruelty, betrayal, and bureaucratic ignorance moved him deeply. So deeply that he continued to work on the manuscript in the hospital until 2 days before he died. A few years earlier, we had followed the trail taken in 1877 by Chief Joseph and his valiant band from the beautiful Wallowa Valley in Oregon to the bleak battlefields at Bear Paws in Montana. From that trip, from the recollections of Nez Perce and U.S. Army personnel, from the writings of historians, and from Scott's instructions and musings about the story, I have completed the manuscript as Scott had asked me to do. Most of the characters are based on actual Nez Perce, and most of their words and deeds are drawn from the recollection of survivors. Swan Necklace is based on 3 warriors, Strong Eagle, Yellow Wolf, and the historical Swan Necklace. Essential to the book's existence are 2 eyewitness accounts compiled by Lucius V. McWhorter, Yellow Wolf, his own story, the recollections of Chief Joseph's nephew, and Hear Me, My Chiefs, based on eyewitness accounts of both sides, as well as Chief Joseph's own story, which he told on his trip to Washington, D.C. in 1897. Other helpful books are Merrill Beale's I Will Fight No More Forever, Chief Joseph and Nez Perce War, Helen Addison's Hogwarts Saga of Chief Joseph, and Arthur Josephus Jr., The Nez Perce Indians, and the Opening of the Northwest, Elizabeth Hall.